Texas is doing everything it can to train local agencies to help victims with healing and resources. You know, a lot of times victims don't know where to go or who to talk to, and that's where this coalition comes in handy. They had a conference to talk more about these shared resources. KMAC's Eddie Catano tells us more and how it will help anyone who might become a victim of a crime.
And Christy Thompson says the goal of this conference, put on by Crime Victim Coalition of West Texas, where law enforcement agencies and nonprofits learn about more resources they could give to victims. And Thompson says something simple as legal terminology helps in a big way.
Acronyms that you hear when you're dealing with the legal system that normal person doesn't know. And so victim advocates need to be able to give that information to their clients. The legal system is very complicated. I'm sure everyone knows that. It's very, very complicated. And so the advocates help to set expectations and to help the victims through the process. They also help to empower the victim to have a voice in their struggles, in their case.
Dawn Babin with Mothers Against Drunk Driving is grateful for these courses.
There was a lot of things in that I had not heard of before, even though I've been working for MAD for almost 18 years, and there's some terms I've never heard of. So there's always information in the criminal justice system that you just don't know about.
Thompson says the overall goal of the conference is to get these agencies better connected so they can continue their mission of assisting crime victims in need.
That's why I think it's important for everyone to understand why there are advocates out there. It's important for the client to have the advocate, but it's also important to have the training for the advocate so that, you know, it's a circle. They can help each other.
Eddie Catano, KMAC News.